Detective Comics, issue 429. Something new has been added to the fearsome armament of Man-Bat, the power of an ancient evil, which makes this awesome night creature the most formidable foe the Batman has ever fought. Man-Bat over Vegas. With all the smart money in Vegas on Man-Bat, how do I beat the odds? Dawn in a desert in New Mexico is shaken by a massive underground nuclear test. Shortly far to the west, still shuddering from the first shock waves, mighty Hoover Dam is struck again by swarms of panic-blinded bats. They didn't even see it, as if their sonar guidance systems were knocked out. Late that night, a silent, looming horror strikes at Vegas. Even later, as big spenders of the strips, round-the-clock gambling casinos call it a night. Well, I never. Some folks don't care where they sleep it off. Don't look like sleep, Thelma. Not the way he's sprawled. Collar ripped open. And look, those ugly marks in his neck, that dead white skin. Just like, don't dare say it, Sam. That sort of stuff only happens in Dracula movies. Within the hour, all of Vegas is abuzz, especially the usually dead silent police morgue. You sure, Quint? No other possibility? None, Chet. I don't believe in these things either, but with eyewitnesses, reports flooding in of a king-sized vampire bat flying off, how else do you explain it? Wild theories quickly fill the airwaves. The latest guesses now link up three seemingly isolated events. One, the nuclear blast. Two, its far-flung shockwaves which split open an undiscovered network of caves. While in Gotham, home of another creature of the night, the Batman, releasing swarms of panicked vampire bats to smash into Hoover Dam. And three, here in Vegas, vampires in Nevada, so far north of their natural habitat. Alfred, I wonder if Kirk Langstrom has heard of this yet. Should be right down his alley, sir, as curator of nocturnal mammals at Gotham Natural History Museum. The smart money was it that Vegas Raider is a nuclear created monster mutant vampire bat. The smart money has been seeing too many horror movies. A mutant bat, huh? Might I suggest, Master Bruce, that Langstrom himself was once a mutant bat, in specific, a man bat. True, but he brought that on himself and his wife by reckless experiments. Langstrom, down there, to shed scientific light on these theories, we take you to the cave site where visiting bat specialist Professor Kirk Langstrom. You were near here at the time, Professor, on an exploratory field trip. What is your opinion on these mutant theories? Sheer nonsense. Fact. The nuclear shock waves did uncover these possibly prehistoric caves, revealing a surviving species of bat, the Diphylla vampirus, never seen this far north. A tropic zone vampire preying mainly on animals and rarely on men. Then, in your considered view, sir, the creature over Vegas was a figment of mass hysteria, a mind trip, dig? You mean your mutant was a tiny straggler from this cave, crazed by hunger, who happened upon a lone man? Thank you, Professor, and your lovely wife, Francine. He's covering Alfred. I'd swear it. Langstrom can discredit eyewitness reports of a giant vampire bat, but can he explain away the body of a full-grown man, drained dry, by a tiny vampire bat? I think not. And Langstrom's presence in the area, mere coincidence? Hardly, Alfred, hardly. Then you suspect that his bat madness has made him try it again. Yes, Man-Bat himself is the vampire over Vegas. The following night, high above the Vegas Strip. Who else can it be? Yet, I must be sure before I nab Langstrom. And if it is him, is he fully responsible for his actions? Had a devil of a time persuading the police here not to shoot on sight, giving me first crack at the vampire. Just below his rooftop stakeout, in the Aces High Skytop Cabaret, poor Debbie, a real trooper. Her heart breaking, but you'd never know it. Gee, just the day before their marriage, and that thing has to kill your boyfriend. You okay, Debbie? I'll make it, Tammy, at least till dance break. But then I hit the roof for fresh air. I'm stifling in here. Later. Sure you don't want company, Debbie? I mean, you think it's wise? What's wise now, Tammy? I can't be hurt any more than I've been. Thanks, honey, but I'd rather be alone. Alone. Just me and the Batman. The least I can do to avenge Jim's death is agreeing to act as bait. Brave kid. She didn't have to buy my scheme, but I had to have a live target to lure Man Bat within striking distance. Here he comes now. I'm counting on this neon glare to blind him to my presence, force him to focus on Debbie. Screek. Gotta even the odds, bring him down. Equalizer, a batarang for the Man Bat. Must bind him before he comes to. Get below, Debbie. That thing is still dangerous. More than the Batman realizes, and once alone. Langstrom, what mad cravings made you go this far? Man Bat was evil enough, but now, a vampire bat? Don't figure. My Batarang headshot should have put him out for hours. What new powers does this fiend have? It's break, now or never. Rising to attack from the air. Just hope my weight can counteract his wings. Pulling him back down, but what's he doing now? Using the ladder as leverage to shake me loose. Grip slipping. Crashing downward, the Batman clutches desperately at cold light neon tubes, snapping them off like fragile icicles. But a ravening Man-Bat, intent only on satisfying his vampire tastes, follows his prey down in a crash dive, giving the masked manhunter one last grab at life. Only hope his bat wings break our fall. Stark horror in the gambling casino as flailing bat wings cushion the massive impact. Mass panic scatters the patrons, blocking the Batman. Gotta grab him before he. But a fast reacting bouncer has the same idea. I'll get him, Batman. Man-Bat is faster than both. Cripes, didn't mean to. No, you didn't. Langstrom can't lose him now. Mustn't. Instants later, I'd had every emergency contingency covered, even Man-Bat's escape, with a borrowed police helicopter to match his wings. Langstrom's got a big lead, but I've got to run him to earth before he ravages the countryside. He's blood hungry now, frustrated at his most dangerous. Many fevered miles later, he stymied me. Can't follow him into that narrow crack with this. Rising above the Colorado River Gorge to find a landing spot, Langstrom's base camp, pitched right by the fissure leading down to the vampire bat caves where Man-Bat must be hiding now. Then spurred by a sudden horrifying thought. Could he be enough gone now to make a try for his own wife, Francie? Must wake her before. What's this, clinging to my glove? A Band-Aid? Now where did that come from? Only one place I could have picked this up during my battle with Man-Bat, but was it him? I recall when I first saw this, during that TV interview with the Langstroms. If I remember rightly, Kirk Langstrom can't possibly be the vampire of Vegas. This proves it. Batman, what are you doing here? Trying to save your wife's life. Francie, why, she's perfectly safe, here in bed. As of now, She's hiding in the bat caves, an innocent victim of your evil man-bat experiments. Don't put me on, Kirk. I know how that Francie is the vampire. The what? It's not possible. I've done nothing, nothing, I swear. Then explain this band-aid torn off your wife's wrists when she tried to kill me over Vegas tonight. Oh, Lord. Fran was wearing a band-aid. Ever since that scratch she got handling our first dead specimens of the Hoover Dam bats, those ugly vampire fangs, could they have? What counts now is finding Francie somewhere in these unexplored caves. I'll bring spelunking gear, Batman. We'll need it. While seeking an exit deep inside the dark caverns, a bewildered human vampire finds herself completely lost. Finally, exhausted, the forlorn creature collapses into a deep sleep, unaware that outside dawn is breaking, signaling an end to the evil spell the full moon has over her. Oblivious even to the frantic, echoing calls of tireless rescuers, which last till sundown. Ah, Batman, will we ever find her? Will I ever see Fran again? Not unless we keep going, Kirk. I've marked our way to this fork, but here we split. No other choice. While in the timeless darkness, a dazed, very human girl now awakens to a terrifying situation. Where am I? So cold, damp, like an icy tomb. Oh, Kirk, Kirk, help me, please. Up here, Kirk, dearest. Hang on, love, I'll get you down fast as I can. While outside, near exhaustion, a devoted husband fights his way upward until, almost there, Fran. A little more, and we're together again. Once more, an unhuman, starved from her long fast, no longer aware it's her own husband's throat she hungers for, the moon-struck vampire. Suddenly, from the blackness below, a searching grapnel snakes upward, and, followed by, came as fast as I could, Kirk, after hearing your echoing shouts. She's after my throat now. Gotta be stopped any way I can. You're so right, Batman. Fran's no longer responsible for what she does. Can never be now. Must be stopped forever. No, Kirk, no. We do it my way. Swiftly twirling the trailing bat rope into restraining loops, got her, alive. Now Fran's vampire nightmare is about over. If we can find enough of her blood type in a Vegas hospital. And as they speed back toward the strip, a full transfusion, Batman? Then take mine. We're the same type. None of yours, Kirk. My guess is that your bat serum originally contaminated her blood, leaving her vulnerable to the mere scratch of a tiny vampire bat. No, if you love her, Langstrom, you'll realize that only a transfusion of fresh, pure blood can save her now. I hope and pray. The end. One of those long nights in the life of Jason Bard, private investigator, when sleep eludes him like an unsolved case. Who's that? Too early for the newspaper delivery. But as hair trigger reflexes launch him out the door, ow! A welcome mat to instant fortune or instant death left on Jason Bard's doorstep. Which will it be? So opens the master crown file of Jason Bard with the case of the loaded case. Lost him. Whoever he was sure moved fast. Left one heck of a calling card, this loaded case. If the bread is for real, this note. Now comes the strings attached. What he wants of me in return. Bard, safeguard this $100,000 for 20 hours, and you keep 10% for yourself. HB. Whew, a 10 grand retainer? But why me for a night deposit instead of a bank? My safe wouldn't stop a juvenile delinquent with a firecracker, but nowhere else to stash it. My mystery client, HB, has me the bank, all right, but why? Hot money? A heist? A hijacking? What? Maybe on the hour news we'll have something. Latest count on the earthquake toll is. So far this short night, police report no major crimes in Gotham. And now for the Sunday weather report. No loose money around town. Then what? Hold on. Just thought of something else. So obvious. Counterfeit bills. Didn't look real close before. Sure looks good. Never fails. Every uninvited night visitor steps on that door sill alarm. My paying clients always make appointments in advance. Now let's see who you are. Not a chance. Not now. Hampered by his game leg, Jason loses the attacker, but retains his night deposit. Didn't take long to start earning my retainer. Back it goes into my bread box till the legit owner. Ring. You did good, Bard. Passed my test, as I figured. I'll be back at you again tomorrow night. Hold the fort. HB, the one who attacked me? A long, tense vigil. And the next night. HB again, Bard. Here are your instructions. Moments later, taking the up elevator in his own building. So that's how my client knew where to find me. Been right on top of me all the time. HB. Harrison Barron, the well-known Wall Street analyst. Left the door open waiting for me. Now to find out why he picked on me for his money minding. Uh-oh. Looks like I'll never know now. He's dead. Killed. Gangland style. 3 bullets in back of head at close range. Must have been only moments while I was coming up. Barron was reputed to be a market plunger and racetrack bettor on the side, but who had it in for him? The mob? Could be. If he plunged too deep and had to borrow money from loan sharks. And this date marked midnight. Could have been the 0 hour for the payoff, which would explain why Barron didn't deposit the money he left with me in the bank. There are no withdrawals on Sunday night. Somehow, Barron raised the loan repayment, but why'd he trust me with it? Of course, because he couldn't trust himself. A compulsive gambler. He had to have the money where he couldn't touch it till tonight. But why did the killer jump the gun by an hour? There, that's white. Why, by my watch, it's past the deadline. Barron's clock reads an hour earlier. Poor guy, so uptight he forgot to set it 1 hour ahead, marking the start of daylight savings time. Reader, did you spot the clue on page 3? When Barron hung up on me, he obviously started to phone the loan shark to tell him he had the 90,000 on tap. Huh? It's still ringing. Barron must have completed dialing just before. Sure, that's it. The killer wasn't home. He was here. Hello? Hello? The killer just got back and picked up the phone. I've got him, if I can land him. Too bad. Barron reneged on you, loan shark. Now it's going to cost you 90,000 to shut my big mouth. Hey, who are you? Just someone who sees killing in a killing. Come to office to 711, same building as Barron with my hush money. He knows everything. Punk shaking me down. Me! Shortly. Came real pronto. I worried him plenty. I'm as ready as he is. Wonder if I'll get to keep my fee. Here's your payoff, punk. Never fails. They always step on the door sill alarm. A payoff is double-edged, pal, and this night bank isn't open for withdrawals. Close crime file number 3.